Hey guys! So we're back because we're catching up.
Coming right back where we left off from episode 2
We're
of
on
the
to
challenge.
Episode 3.
Double Agents.
Yep.
So leaving right where we left off from episode 2.
We're like, it's time to go back to the house and party a little bit. It's time to kiki.
So we get basically the big blow up, which is Fessy basically going up to Kyle and saying like the whole reason that I put you in.
You want to know why I put you in. Like, I'll tell you why I put you in.
You didn't vote the way that you said.
And he's like, what? He's like, we can see how you guys vote. It's not a secret vote.
And because
and
Fessy
Kyle
and
was
Anissa
like,
back
yeah,
to
I
back,
lied to you.
Fessy and Anissa back-to-back
Duh.
weeks have gotten the power of like to be safe and also to nominate someone.
No one knew
No
yet.
one knew because they hadn't revealed it yet. So this being week 2, I feel like it was smarter to wait until week 2. However, the way he went about it was not right.
I also want to know, like, we didn't get to see a diary room of Anissa about it or anything like.
Yeah, it was all Fessy.
I don't know
like, was
if they were in agreement on it. I don't know if he made up that decision by himself. I don't know if Anissa was mad, happy, indifferent. Like,
what was the situation with that?
I don't know, because I could see Anissa being like, I could see Fessy, if we remember him from Big Brother,
kind of not thinking it through,
not
just
thinking
kind of
it through
going with
and doing it and like
but
shooting himself in the leg. And so I could see
discussed with
Anissa being
Anissa.
like, oh my god. Or I could see Anissa being like, you know what? It's a
This
guy
is
problem,
fine.
not my problem. Or she thought maybe it would be good. But honestly, I think if she thought it would be good, I mean, Anissa's a Virgo. She's going to be like, I'll do it.
Right.
You sit next to me and I'll talk. So I think Fessy did it on his own. We'll see if
So,
there's any fallout from that, but we didn't see it.
It caused, Kyle to get,
It's
amped
just
up
even
again.
more amped up.
Fessy,
And just being like, yeah, I lied.
And then also Cam comes in and is like,
Because now Kyle's her partner.
we're not gonna do all of this. Like, you need to settle down. Like, cool, you got your skull. Like, that's it. Like, we're gonna go our separate ways and just like
it's fine.
end this fight
It's fine.
because Cam is not gonna put up with any BS, especially now that she's paired with Kyle.
No, Cam is a strong woman, and
she's also smart, knowing that like this fight is pointless.
It is, but so that
obviously
happens,
Kyle.
and then we're like, okay, so then we get to see Corey basically tell Fessy, like, I think it's messed up that I had to find out after other people that you had this secret.
His whole decision to basically tell the enemy or opposite side of the house first about the voting fraud.
I think he thought he could kind of like put Kyle maybe in the spotlight more, make Kyle be like, maybe he thought maybe Kyle would be a little reasonable. All right, okay, you caught me. That makes more sense. Like, I don't like it, but like, I understand. But he didn't realize that Kyle was still very hot-headed about it and was just like, I don't give a, like, screw you still. Like, I thought you were my... I love Kyle and whatever, but he does sometimes get that mentality of like, how dare you come for me? Why would anyone come for me? It's like, everyone goes for everyone. There's only one winner, or there's only one pair. Like, I don't know. I just don't understand getting so mad at the fact of someone having the audacity to vote you in. Like, that's how this works. Like, you don't have to like it, or you can be like, damn, I thought he liked me more than that. But like, you don't get like someone killed your firstborn child. Like, what the heck?
I think it was a little bit kind of shock from him finding out that
I think
his
he thought he
vote
was going to be able
uncovered.
to play people more too.
And then
He didn't
finding
like
out
being
that
blown
his
up
vote
that
is
fast.
being exposed, I feel like that was kind of displacing his anger with that situation, and also being thrown in and almost being eliminated.
Yeah.
However, he did win Skull, so he should have just, kept it to himself.
He's like, if I don't go back in, I'm cool, and I make it to the final.
Won safety twice and still haven't gone in to do the challenge to possibly win a Skull, which, in my opinion, I feel like they should have gone in at least once for these 2 wins.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, now, like, they've just made themselves targets for 2 weeks in a row. They've revealed the voting mystery thing, and I feel like they're going to be really big targets going into episode 4.
If I hadn't seen like trailers of Corey and Nelson sort of having a problem with Fessy and the way he plays this game and whatever, I would say that he could probably smooth it over and they could run under the radar. But because I've seen those,
also just from this episode, like Corey not being like thrilled at all with him. I don't know if it's going to be.
I don't know that means they can't come back from it, but they're going to
definitely
have some fallout.
their
There's some
relationships.
damage. Yeah, we'll see.
For relationships that were very strong from the very beginning of the season, now doing something
I mean, I'm
as
just seeing
stupid
like
as
deja
like
vu of like when Fessy has power,
he doesn't know how to
he
use it.
doesn't know how to
and
use
just
it. He's
kinda, like,
better at just like sitting back and winning and then going to a final. Like giving him something to as like a secret. Like nope, he's gonna ruin the way it comes out. Like he like power trips a little bit. It's like, oh, Fessy, stop, just sit down. It's better when you sit down. You look
So-
cute. Shut your mouth.
So getting into kind of like the pre-deliberation and like that kind of, it's mainly the voting kind of uncovered is like really the only main
Yeah.
drama. This challenge, which was probably the coolest competition I've seen thus far.
I've seen ones like it. This one was pretty dope.
It basically
I love it.
a
It's a
huge
good time.
Mack truck that they're elevated, probably like 15 feet off the ground with nets on either side, and they have to basically wrestle each other and throw them off of the truck into the
Yeah.
net
The
first.
two teams against
Last
each other,
person-
the girls and the guys.
Last person on to be touching the truck basically
Would win.
counts as the winner.
Yeah.
So both
While
teams,
it's going 50 miles per hour.
Yeah,
And
just
they're
going
not
around.
harnessed in for the first time. And it looked like it was raining, so it looked really slippery.
Yeah,
So it
so-
looked like intense.
And we also get some injuries and some kind of issues in
Yeah.
this situation.
Yeah.
So starting out, we basically, or I guess we could just talk about that.
Yeah.
First, the three teams that both of their team members ended up throwing off the other person
Yeah.
was
Corey
Nom-
Tori.
Corey and Tori, Nam and Lolo, and Casey and Leroy.
Yeah, Casey and Leroy, and ultimately
They ended up
They
winning
won.
because they did it the quickest, as
Yeah.
opposed to the other two teams. Even though they did both
that's what it
knock
came
off their
down
team
to
members, it came down to time
to win.
So, the
There
big
were some
kind of
great
controversy.
matchups, and there were some injuries.
Yeah. So the first person that was injured
Was
was
Nicole,
Nicole, who
Is
she ended
Devin's
up
partner.
getting kind of
She basically dislocated her shoulder.
yeah. The bone was popping out and everything.
Yeah.
It was a mess.
It was not a good time. And you could
Um,
tell she knew it was bad because she was getting irritated with the medics. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it was because she knew, like,
She was probably in
crap,
trouble.
I'm going to have to go home. Like, this is bad. I can feel it. This is bad. I'm probably not going to be able to keep competing.
The other injury, which not as severe as it turned out to be, but I forgot her name.
Liv. It was Liv
Liv.
and Michi and Tori and Corey.
Liv
And
ended up
Tori-
getting pushed off
yeah,
and
knocked her
landed
off.
kind of,
She hit
Weird.
her arm.
and it sounded like there was
She's saying it was
it was
basically
a
a fracture. So she didn't break it, but, almost.
yeah, which
And it was just like,
It
he's
was
he's never seen, he's like,
incredibly-
how many people are getting injured? I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
there's at least one a season. There's
it was
injuries.
it's a lot more physical than I thought it would be. I knew it was obviously like head-to-head challenges, so like more.
You
kind
thought it was
of-
more like team on team. Like, am I going to watch like baseball?
I felt like it
You didn't
would
know
be
it was going to be like contact sport, like wrestling.
right, and like Big Brother is very different. Where all those competitions, it's like isolated, like you're either on your own.
I think
or
Devon explained it best. She called it more of like carnival games. These are like carnival
Right.
games. And then the challenge is competitions.
right.
Yeah.
So, Casey and Leroy ended up winning. Nicole and Liv ended up getting injured and going to the hospital.
Nicole ultimately was deemed unable to continue, not medically cleared. And
Liv
she was
ended up
pissed,
coming
but-
back in a sling.
Yeah, so
Um,
she's still good, I guess. And she's waiting to hear an X-ray back. So we'll probably
She's
hear
still
next
in the
episode.
game, but she's definitely injured.
And so she'll
Nicole
definitely.
just
I mean, the
wasn't
only
able
person
to.
I know that's able to stay with like an injury was Cara Maria, when she had like the cast on, and she just kept going and like until she basically got eliminated because she couldn't
It's
break
basically
something because
a
she had a cast
situation.
on.
A situation
So it
like
was like
Christmas,
she chose to stay.
Christmas and Big Brother, where
Yeah.
even though she did have a broken foot, she was still
You're not
competing
really
in
supposed to,
competitions.
but if you want to override it and stay, I guess. Good luck. You'll probably just get eliminated. And Cara Maria lasted
Unless,
the
you
longest
know-
I would have expected someone to last like that. But
Unless a person named Paul gets everyone to throw the competition.
oh
to
my
you.
god. Anyways,
So getting back to basically they show up, Liv ends up coming back, they see Nicole's stuff's all packed up, and they basically get the reveal of what's happening.
so
And
Devin's like devastated, sad for her, pissed. We don't know what's gonna happen with Devin.
he's more
and
upset the fact that she isn't gonna be here anymore, and like I feel like he was kind of putting like himself second and like worried about Nicole like not
Yeah.
being here, and also obviously it's a detriment to him because he no
He
longer has a
doesn't know.
partner.
Sometimes your partner goes, you go home. Sometimes you get a new partner. That's someone that just was previously eliminated.
automatically get
Sometimes it's
voted
a
or
random
whatever.
new person that we don't know. And this
Yeah.
game's different, so we don't know. And then
Like,
this was
what's her
during
name?
COVID,
Lauren,
so we
the
really
first
don't
one?
know.
The first one,
It was Ashley.
oh, Ashley.
Yeah.
Ashley could have come back and been
Yeah.
like, I'm
Your new
Devin's
partner.
partner now.
Yeah, it's happened before. Like, it's always different rules.
So this basically leads into what I
was the fight.
basically CT and Casey were like in the kitchen, and
CT was
Casey
mad
was-
about some eggs.
yeah, and Casey was like cooking pizza or whatever, and they were like arguing, and it basically turned into CT going out to smoke and Josh kind of being like, I'm gonna protect Casey because like that's my girl.
Like, listen, I get it. Josh is the Capricorn. And he's also like Hispanic and from Florida, and so he's like in touch with his feminine
Miami,
side.
Florida, right?
Yeah, and he's in touch with his feminine side. Plus, he's very, Capricorn. We're very aggressive, very stubborn.
Low temper.
We're very
We'll get in your face in a minute.
territorial.
Anyway,
So then this is, you can see
CT's
what
out there
happens to Josh.
smoking and whatever, and Josh is like, dude, what happened with you and Casey? Like, why is she crying? And
He
then
basically,
CT's like, oh,
we
she's
didn't
crying.
know, but I'm pretty sure Josh was drunk because he starts to slightly slur his
And
words.
he's
so
also
you're
like not, he doesn't look
he's
normal.
not wearing shoes outside and
And
it's
it's
wet.
wet.
Like he's just
He's also like very
He-
like very tight eyes and like
Yeah.
very like locking on everyone and like
just he just basically him and Casey are super tight. He didn't like what he was seeing. Josh
definitely partied.
was definitely partying. Like
So
he can't shut his
basically,
mouth.
CT's like,
CT's
oh,
like,
Casey
stop,
was crying,
stop.
like I'm gonna go in the kitchen,
And
like
then he
whatever,
was like,
but
let
like
me
Josh,
deal
you're not,
with it. Like
Josh, you're not
I don't want her to
involved.
cry.
So
And then Casey's like, no, I'm not crying. And then CT's like, why'd you say she was crying? And then this is how you also know he's probably drunk. Because
he's
then
like,
you
I
go,
said she was upset. I didn't say she was
and
crying.
then you get the flashback of him saying, she's literally in there crying.
Crying.
Like he said
So-
that. I really think he believes that he didn't say that. Like he
Yeah.
thinks he's telling the truth. He's not trying to lie. He's just like drunk and or forgetting.
trying to manipulate, because like the best form of manipulation is to confirm to yourself that it's
Yeah.
true, and then can like to tell others that it's true because you truly believe it. That's what Josh does.
And
He-
so then here comes Devin. Here comes
Devin's
because
just like,
he's
Big Brother sucks, and Josh is like,
and of course that triggers
Oh.
Josh because I mean when we're mad, I'm a Capricorn, so when we're mad, happy Capricorn season, we're mad. We see red, I don't care. Like we don't care, we go for the kill. And Josh is
Devin's adding
definitely
coals
like that.
to the barbecue that is
Yeah,
Josh.
and Devin doesn't care, and he is the biggest pot stirrer. I mean, he loves it, and he's a clown, and he's loud. And at this point, he's mad about Nicole. He likes to drink a lot. Like they're probably both drunk, and he's almost just as stubborn as Josh. Like he's like, I don't care if he gets in my face or tries to hit me. I'm still gonna keep poking the bear.
He also was very
I don't care.
he was very unafraid because he kind of knew that he would be in a weird situation with his partner leaving, so he was
didn't
like
know what was
he was
gonna
kind of
happen.
just like,
Maybe
like
I'll
I'm
just-
probably gonna get put in there
Maybe
anyway,
I can
like
kick
I'm
somebody
just gonna
else
do
out
it.
with me, or maybe I can put a target on somebody else's back. He's smart, so I think it was sort of that too. Plus, he just
And
thought it was fun.
It kind of continues.
And
Josh
of
tries
course,
to get in Devin's
Devin
face
and Josh are like the worst combo of people, or I guess the best, however you look at it. And the fact
for
that,
drama.
like, yeah, they're great TV, but like Josh is easily triggered.
Devin instigates
Devin
it any second he
loves
can.
to instigate. So that combo is like you're gonna see quite a few. Maybe he'll
still-
start banging on pots and pans again.
So,
Stealing from Tanisha, Bad Girls
basically,
Club, just saying. She did it first.
Casey's kind of like
Casey's trying to calm Josh down
Oh,
because
you
I'm
know,
sure she deals with
Devin-
this in Miami with him all the time.
like, oh, Devin, like this was really stupid because you know I'm close with Josh and you know that I'm
I just
safe
won.
with Leroy and like we're definitely gonna pick you if you don't get voted in already. So that basically leads to the deliberation where immediately Devin's like,
Throwing
you know,
Hail Marys.
I
and-
know I'm probably gonna get voted in, but I'm voting for Corey and for Tori because
They're strong.
they're strong and also
They went and tried to vote Weston, and that's my friend, and whatever.
right. And
And then Tori's like, here we go again. Like,
Tori's like, F you, Devin.
yeah,
like,
she's not.
I'm
messing
sick
with-
of
and then
like this
Corey's
like
just like
feud.
irritated.
Corey was just like, I don't understand.
And then Wes is like, the last time people tried to flip a vote and deliberate, he was basically, no one called him out on it, like they called out CT, but he was basically intimidating people and trying to belittle people, and then also plant a bug in their head and see if he can get people to do what he wants.
But he plays it very cool, so like it's kind of,
you'll see.
You're
gonna watch old
know.
seasons and you'll see. He does not know Wes like that. He doesn't understand
I don't understand
the
anything
snakiness.
about the past.
He's honestly, right now, you would say you like Wes.
I do.
Yeah.
In this season, I did like Wes.
Wes is, he's snaky.
So
but,
we get to
basically, if you don't like pre-gaming, Wes loves to pre-game. He wants to find out who the rookies are, and he hops in their DMs and tries to set stuff up before seasons.
Sounds like James from season.
Yeah. So
anyway, so the deliberation happens, and obviously Devin and Corey and
it was close.
Tori are the clear targets that people are going to vote for.
So it was coming down to one or the other for the most part.
It was a very even split at first, from what I was seeing, and then the reveal happened, and it was pretty dead set on just Devin and Nicole.
Yeah.
So.
Which made sense. I guess it's like your partner's already gone. We don't know what's going to happen. Like, but then we're like, that's weird. It's a girls' elimination. So, but there's no girl partner. What's going to happen?
So, I feel like
it becomes a guy's elimination.
And
that's what TJ says.
Anissa and, not Anissa and Fessy. Casey and Leroy are like, well, we're going to put in Wes and Natalie because you guys are strong and we're not coming here to
and
just
Leroy's
play
just
in
like,
the background.
I'm not going to play nice anymore. It's my last season. I want to win. And then he's like, I just can't trust Wes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Sorry.
And obviously Wes and Natalie are just kind of,
and Natalie are put in there. And you can explain this competition. This is one of my faves.
What it was called. I think it was like Tethered or something.
Yeah.
They basically are on two different lines with poles that they have to zigzag through and run to hit a button. However, they're both attached by rope. So by the time if one person is ahead of the other, they could possibly have hit the button. However, because they ran basically at the same time, they
get
basically
stuck
got
at a
hit,
standstill.
and then they fell to the ground, and it was basically a crawl to
whoever
could hit the
battle of
button.
will, who can crawl or who can just hold on.
They were within at least 5 feet of the button, so it was whoever can inch their way forward or dig into the sand
and
or
tire
whatever.
out the other person. Yeah.
But to speed, basically what happens is Wes kind of is fading in the competition, and he also, he's close with Devin, and like he
I think
sees
it was
that
hard
Devin
for him to just totally go against him.
Also being
just
like in the
mentally.
mindset of like, I just got put into this challenge, I don't even know if I'm ready to like do this right now, and like Devin clearly is having like all of this adrenaline from the Josh fight, from losing his partner, from going up against Wes as well.
So it was like, it wasn't said that Wes gave it to him or like maybe didn't go 100.
It was pretty clear that,
but it
like,
seemed like it
he
was.
kinda gave
so
up.
I don't know. But either way, it's not that he fully gave up. He still tried. So Devin still had to
Devin was
work
still
for it.
like, because basically the strategy for Wes was to hold his ground as firm as possible, while Devin was inching as close as he could to the button. As hard as it was, he kept inching forward, which it was what ended up making him win.
Yeah.
So he ended up hitting the button, and Wes goes home.
I'm not mad at him.
And
although it would have been interesting to see Natalie and Wes.
I really
do
did
more
like Natalie
together,
and Wes
but
together.
I think Devin and Natalie are cool together too, and we'll see if.
I want to say I liked Natalie and Wes together. Not necessarily Wes on his own, but I feel like I like Natalie on her own just because she's from Survivor. She's very strong. She's proven herself.
Yeah.
By winning the first skull.
She's gonna be real good.
And she knocked that one girl out on the truck. Oh no, did she lose?
No.
She won.
Wait, she won, yeah.
But Devin ends up winning and is basically like, eat my, like, I just did that, like, screw Leroy,
even though it's
screw
funny,
Casey.
I would have been more surprised if he like just flat out went for Josh.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which, by the way, I want to say in the deliberation, Josh kind of ended up talking after Devin talked, and Devin was just kind of like, shut up, Josh. Like, shut up. Like, we don't want to hear it, Josh. And, like, clearly instigating. Josh kind of didn't fall for it. He was just, like, letting it go in one ear, out the other. And then...
but we can hold a grudge, so you better believe until he gets drunk and, like, wants to maybe try to befriend Devin in the moment when he's emotional, like he's gonna be gunning for him. He's not gonna deal with it.
So Devin ends up winning and is basically throwing everyone a curveball and goes,
I would love to take Natalie. She's strong, but you know what?
I'm gonna pick.
I'm gonna take
Lauren.
Tori.
I'm gonna pick Tori.
Lauren.
I don't know. I don't know who's named Lauren on the season.
No one.
No one. Okay.
So
he basically is
he
like.
takes Tori, and Tori's like, oh my god, and we're like,
Like,
well,
what
why
the
would
fuck?
he take someone that, you know, they kind of fight, bicker a little bit. I mean, they're both strong, but still, like,
I would have thought he would have
he-
gone with Natalie because that's Wes's partner. Natalie's clearly strong. They would have both had 2 skulls.
yeah, it would have been good that way. But also, I think he did it because it was like, let me at least break up the pair that I was trying to get rid of.
Right.
Let me infiltrate it, and let me also be like, whoever was working and loves Tori, well, ooh, now you got to work with me too.
for this week.
So, you know, I think it was a smart move. I think it was a little shocking, but it
And
was good.
who knows? They may end up, settling.
Natalie
whatever.
was probably like, okay.
They might try to kind of, bury the hatchet and
We'll see.
like maybe turn out to be a good team.
Yeah, Tori
We'll
will
see.
try. Tori will always try, but we'll see.
So
I think
Natalie-
it was smart. Definitely is gonna make for some good TV.
Natalie ends up getting paired with.
Yeah. So,
So
then
basically-
Natalie gets paired with Corey, and Corey's like I love Tori, but
I
Natalie's
really
a
would.
beast. So he's like, okay, I'm cool with this. So far, everyone
This
at
is the
Switch has
second
still been
time-
happy and like.
Second
we'll
time that a
see.
switch has happened and no one's really been upset about it. Obviously, except for
Basically, when given the option, except for the first time, people are like,
I'm
switching it up.
Right.
So, drama, 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 drama.
So we will
Cannot
see
wait for the next one.
Episode 4. The
Yes.
little teaser that we got seemed to kind of have some tension with Corey mainly, and also
Nelson and Fessy.
Nelson and Fessy. So we will
Yeah,
see
the little bromance might
what
be
happens.
having some.
More and more
issues.
players obviously skating under the radar. That
Yeah.
no one. We barely got any screen time for people
Like
like
Leo or Nam.
Amber,
Amber.
both Ambers.
Darrell. Yeah.
So we will
But,
see.
love it nonetheless. And
In the meantime,
like, comment, share, subscribe.
and we will see you next week.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Yes.